Liverpool's summer plans are already taking shape, but this latest development has come completely out of left field. We will discuss this in today's video. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Reports suggest that Marco Senesi has now emerged as a serious target for Liverpool, with Anfield described as his most likely destination ahead of a potential free transfer exit from Bournemouth. And in a market where fees are spiraling out of control, this could be one of the smartest and most unexpected deals of the window. Senesi has quietly built a reputation as one of Bournemouth's most reliable performers since arriving from Feyenoord, combining composure on the ball with defensive consistency. Now, with his contract winding down, Europe's elite have been alerted. A host of clubs, including Chelsea, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and giants like Juventus and AS Roma have all been approached. But despite that competition, Liverpool have surged into pole position. That's what makes this situation so intriguing. On paper, the Reds are already well stocked at centre-back. Virgil van Dijk remains the defensive leader, while Ibrahima Konate is expected to sign a new deal. Add in Joe Gomez and emerging talent Giovanni Leone, plus a £60 million move for Jeremy Jacquet reportedly already agreed. And you'd think recruitment in that area would be complete. But dig a little deeper and the logic starts to reveal itself. Gomez is entering the final year of his contract, raising serious doubts over his long-term future. Injuries have also tested Liverpool's depth in recent seasons, and the need for a dependable, experienced option, especially one comfortable on the left side, remains. That's where Senesi fits perfectly. A naturally left-footed centre-back, the Argentine is featured in 122 of a possible 162 matches for Bournemouth, underlining both his importance and durability. His only significant absence came during a lengthy hamstring injury spell between late 2024 and early 2025. But aside from that, he's been a near ever-present. There's also a familiarity factor at play. Senesi previously worked under Arne during his time at Feyenoord, making 49 appearances in a system not too dissimilar to what Liverpool are building now. Behind the scenes, sporting director Richard Hughes, who played a key role in bringing Senesi to England, could once again be influential in pushing this deal forward. Financially, it's not quite as free as it sounds. While there's no transfer fee, Senesi is reportedly demanding around £70,000 per week, double his current wages, alongside a significant signing-on bonus and agent fees. Even so, compared to the inflated fees being paid across Europe, this represents a low-risk, high-value opportunity. And crucially, Liverpool are one of the few clubs who can comfortably meet those demands. With Italian sides backing away due to salary concerns and Premier League rivals focusing elsewhere, the path is now clear. The expectation is that a final decision will be made before the end of the season. If it happens, this won't be the blockbuster signing that dominates headlines, but it could be one of the most important. A proven Premier League defender entering his prime, available on a free and already familiar with the manager's system. That's the kind of move that wins titles quietly, and Liverpool might just be about to pull it off. In this section of the video, we will go over our 5 biggest takeaways from our 2-0 defeat to PSG. It was a gallant effort from Liverpool, but in the end, another case of not being good enough to beat Paris Saint-Germain, which will lead to questions being asked. Number 1. No game changers. It's often been the case with Liverpool that you feel anything is possible on a European night at Anfield. It was famously against Barcelona, with an even bigger hill to climb than this one. The players, the team, and the atmosphere combined, it felt like they could overturn any deficit. While there was still hope ahead of this game, and there needed to be expectation for everyone to go into it with the right mindset, it was more difficult to see where a turnaround would come from. Which player? How would the system facilitate it? There hasn't hasn't been much evidence of such a comeback being possible, and no sign as to which player or players in the current squad could lead one. The play just isn't convincing enough. A poor touch here and an underhit pass there summed up a night where the final ball was always lacking. Number 2. Anfield tried. From the moment captain Virgil van Dijk approached the Kop towards the end of the pre-match warm-up, there was that familiar big game feeling around Anfield. The fans were determined to make sure it wasn't the last such occasion of the season, in a campaign in which there has been little to shout about or for. Arne Slot himself was more animated than usual on the touchline, bouncing around his technical area to encourage his players to push up and press in certain moments. This wasn't just a big build-up that faded as the game wore on. If anything, it got more raucous in the second half around the hour mark, and you have to say the atmosphere played a part in the referee almost giving a penalty that wasn't. Anfield tried, the team tried, but they had given themselves too much to do in that disappointing first leg, and it wasn't enough. Number 3. Right decision to drop Salah, leaving one of the greatest players in the club's history on the bench for the biggest game of the season was certainly a bold call from Slot. There was some sense to the thinking behind it. It meant Liverpool had genuine options on the bench, and the use of Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak in the same 11 gave Liverpool something to aim for up top and a potential source of early goals. Despite coming on with some time left in the first half, Salah's impact was really felt in the second. One particular ball over to Milos Kerkez set up one of the best chances of the game. Rio Ngumoha also made an impact, which begs the question whether it would have been better for these players to have more time to try to be the game changers Liverpool were missing on the night. Number 4. Attention turns to the league. The task now is to make sure the club is here again next season, that they are in a position where there is a place in the latter stages of the Champions League at stake. At the moment, that is not guaranteed. Even though the top 5 teams in the Premier League will qualify for next season's competition, it looks like one of Chelsea or Liverpool will miss out and finish 6th. It's a pretty underwhelming end to the season that such a status is still not guaranteed, and that this is the only thing the club is now competing for as we head into May. It's nevertheless important for the future of the club, not least in terms of attracting players and having the Champions League income to provide some of the funds to buy them in the first place. Number 5. Questions of Slot will increase. With this situation in mind, Liverpool out of all competitions and still not guaranteed a place in next season's Champions League, questions around Slot's future and suitability to lead this team will only increase. On a blustery, wet night at Anfield, Liverpool's damp squib of a season petered out. It feels like the team has not been given the best chance of succeeding, whether that's the system used, the decisions on squad rotation, or an apparent inability to maintain a level of intensity seen in previous seasons. On top of that, the football has not been particularly entertaining. There are times when a team loses but you recognise the plan, and can enjoy watching them try to put it into action even if they eventually come up short. But there is no such inspiration or promise to take from this season's displays. Maybe it's a transition year, or the fault of those building the team in the back room, but the best teams are always in transition anyway, so there's no real excuse there. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.